So we're at the entrance to the ranch right now, and every day I come down here and I pick up our mail and I see what packages that we have. So people always ask me when we're doing tours, we have 8 residents here, how do they all get their mail? And basically, we get our mail and our packages just like anybody else. But every day I have to become the mail lady and deliver it to each of the different houses that do not have their own mailbox. And it's a little difficult to get a mailbox because most of the houses here just have the same ranch address. So hence, today, right now is packages. Make sure they're all for up here. And they are, and I'll go get the mail right now. Now this here, with the motorcycle inside of it, is a little shed that we made because this is really a big fire area. And so we've talked to CAL FIRE and the tribe and our insurance, and they all really did not want us to have any motorcycle riding or quad riding, any type of all-terrain fun type of vehicles on our property, and we understand. So one of our tenants uses a motorcycle to get to work. So we built a shed for it so it can stay in good shape, and he just walks it right out here through the fence and then starts it up. So we aren't having any motorcycle riding on the property itself. Now the rocks that you see here, yes, there is a purpose for them. A lot of times we get little small envelope packages and we get a lot of wind over here. So let's say it's a little package, we would just stick it here, put the rock on top of it so it doesn't fly away. Just a little thing we have to do here on the ranch. All right, so I've got our mail. Since it's gonna fly away on our Bobcat here, I'm gonna just put it inside or on a box here. All right, mail is here. This is the beginning of fire season, so we come through with our big equipment and our water truck and our weed whackers, and we really try to trim everything down so we have a defensible space. Now that might seem like not such a big deal, but when you have 400 acres that you're trying to get defensible space to, it's a lot of work because it's a big perimeter that we're working with. We also want to be careful not to take too much, just enough that is necessary, because this is the wild habitat here. A lot of endangered species are hiding under the brush, and so we want to make sure that we create enough area for them to survive and not take out the areas that they need that are close to the ranch or inside the ranch. This is our gatehouse here. So when we first got here, this road was here, but it was in really bad shape. And it was filled with weeds and trash and, oh, you name it. The lady who lived here before was a hoarder. And so this was like the road for hoarders on steroids. We had old cars and trucks and mattresses and trash and you name it, it was here. It took quite a while, over a year, to clean out the ranch of all the hoarding. We're still cleaning it out. We still find things in different places, but for the most part, it's pretty well cleaned out now. All these agaves were growing wild in the back of the ranch, and they were dying off because they were right on top of each other. So we were able to separate them and replant them on the road, so that way they have enough space that they can do well. Unfortunately, if you see over here, this was filled with agaves, but the gophers came in and they ate the root balls, so they ate it from underneath. So now as we're replanting, because they have little baby agaves throughout the place, like right over here, we now buy these 5-gallon chain bags, and we stick the root balls in the chain bags, and as the roots grow, the most important parts of the roots can't be eaten by the gophers. So if we want them to survive, we have to invest in chain bags for roots. When we're planting, we like to plant so that way we have some color throughout the year for the different seasons. So right now, you're seeing these Mexican bird of paradise, these bushes right here. And as our spring flowers start to diminish, you're going to see these beautiful oranges and reds and yellows come up on the Mexican bird of paradise. They're the perfect plant for this area. They do not take a lot of water. Their seeds multiply, so we're able to separate the young plants from the older plants and replant throughout the ranch. At one point, a man who used to live here, he was the third owner. His name was Charles Luckman. And Charles Luckman was a famous architect and mid-century architect. And this was his play ranch. And his grandson used to live here for quite a while when he was younger. And Charles Luckman Sr. Deeded 10 acres to Charles Luckman III, his grandson. And this is Charles Luckman III's area right here. It's all cordoned off. We're now what we call Middle Ranch. It's about a half mile up from the entrance to the ranch. This has the first homestead of the whole area on it. It was the Scott family house back in the late 1800s. 4 generations lived here, and we'll be driving by that. But at one time, this whole area was full of cattle, and it was cattle ranching. And this right here used to be, when this was part of a working cattle ranch, this was the cow chute for bringing the branding and bringing the horses, the cows to market. And this was the original chute, and part of it was in disrepair, so we fixed it up. And since we're not running cattle, we fixed it up so that way we have little pens in here. And each one of these pens can be used for horses during evacuation periods. So if in another part of the desert or Southern California there's a major fire and they need to evacuate, we have the area here that would allow for someone to come with some of their animals, their horses, any of their livestock. And we have the ability, if they stay here, we have the ability to house them and help feed them and water them and help take care of the people as well. So here we go. We can take in about 4 horses in this area, maybe 5, but we also have pens that we can set up. We have the tape we can set up with high T-rails in order to house and different types of livestock and whatever. And this is a good place to do it. We have water and we have some electricity that we can run. But this area here is the main working part of the ranch. It's where our trash pickup is. It's we're going to be building a little type of outhouse facility down here in the old water tank. It's where we have our diesel tanks for our big equipment, our garage, a storage area for all the feed that they use down here at the Mini Horse Sanctuary. And we use these big containers because we're able to make sure that nothing gets in it. It's watertight and it's vermin tight. And then on the other side here is our water truck. We use this during the dry season to water down the roads to keep the dust down, but mostly during the summer we use this for watering purposes. There's just not a lot of water in certain areas, and we really need to make sure that everything stays alive. A lot of these bushes that you see out here, they go dormant during the summer, but they're still alive. They're made for the desert. But there's other trees and plants, they really need to get some good watering. They've been here for a long time. So right now we're going into Middle Ranch and we're taking the back road that goes through the wash. Most of the year there's water running through here. And during floods we get up to 12 feet of water, which is just amazing. But it looks dry right now, but if you were to take a trowel or a small shovel and just dig down, 6 inches to a foot, you'll see that it's all wet. I don't know if you can see it, but you'll see our windmill over here. This windmill's in really poor repair, and it's over our well. And we have been trying like the Dickens to find someone to come out to repair or replace that windmill, and we so far have not been successful. It's an old windmill, and the well is a hand dug going down over 100 feet. So it's just sitting there right now with the hopes that we're going to find someone to help us take care of it. The weird situation about the well is that during the winter time when we have a lot of water, that well is dry, and I have no idea how that happened. And then during the summertime, when there's no water coming down here, for some reason you throw a rock down there and you can hear it splash with water. So we're still trying to figure that out. Now up here is our mini horse sanctuary. We rent this to SoCal Mini Horse Sanctuary, and just lovely, lovely lady who does such a wonderful job. She's got ponies, she has mini horses, she has mini donkeys, she's got emus, alpacas, pigs, a livestock guardian dog, and some mini dogs. But really, she does a good job with these animals. Some of them will stay here for the remainder of their life because they have medical issues. Others she's able to help and get them adopted to other people's homes and ranches. And she'll drive almost anywhere to do home checks to make sure that their animal is going to the proper place. And then she'll do surprise visits to make sure that they're being kept in the manner that they should be. She also has one mini cow here, and he's just a love. He's a big attention grabber. When she moved in, we gave her some of our guinea fowl, and you can see one running here and see the rest of them in the little caged areas. They make a lot of noise, and I'll tell you more about them later. Here are the alpacas. They normally have a lot of fur on them, but they got shaved down for the summertime, so now they look a little different. Now you'll see that they're wearing masks. Those are for flies. It keeps the flies out of their eyes, and so it keeps them from constantly trying to scratch their eyes to get the flies out. And they get used to them pretty quickly. We put them on our horses as well. She puts them on her horses as well that need them. Sully the cow, he gets one as well. You'll see all these lights here. These are all solar lights. And boy, as well as cameras, she's got cameras watching everything. And the lights and the cameras, they really are fabulous. It lights it up at night like you wouldn't believe. Solar has really come a long way. Now this up here is the bordello, a house of ill repute. And it really was a bordello back in the day. As well as one of the last stagecoach stops going in and out of Palm Springs. There used to be some shed type of cottage houses over here where those sheds are. All right, this ends this portion of our video of our lower ranch and our middle ranch. We hope you liked it, but we also hope that you look us up online and decide to come visit us in person. So we'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye. Thank you again.